Hello everyone, welcome you all to the channel again. And today we are going to do the conditional sentences. Conditional sentences are acquiring prominent place in your day-to-day English, whether it is spoken English or written English. And before we start the topic, let me once again remind you to subscribe my channel if you have not yet done, and do press the notification icon and share button so that it reaches to the maximum people. So let's start doing the conditional sentences. First of all, let's understand what are conditionals. Dear students, every day you converse with the people around you, like your mom, dad, brother, sister, or even your friends. Let's take the example of the sentences with your mom. Your mom will say, बेटा पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, अगर तुम पढ़ोगे तो ये मिलेगा. अगर, if और whether. ओके, कंडीशन लगा दी मम्मा ने. सिमिलरली तुम भी कंडीशन लगाते हो मम्मा पे या पापा पे. पापा, अगर आप मुझे टूर पे नहीं जाने दोगे तो मैं भी आपका कहना नहीं मानूंगा. आपने भी कंडीशन लगा दी. ओके, तो यू विल नोटिस राइट फ्रॉम द मॉर्निंग to the evening or till night, you will find every time you use condition in your sentences, and only that is called conditional sentence. So in English, when you use the conditional sentences, you have to be very much aware in the usage of conditional sentences if you want to crack any competitive exam. That this video is going to help you a lot. Even if you have to pass any other exam like your 10th class or 12th class, your expression will definitely improve. Okay, let us understand what are conditionals. Actually, a conditional sentence is based on the word if. As I have told you the example of your conversation with your mom or dad. Now, one part of the conditional sentence starts with if, because that describes the possible situation, and the second part of the sentence describes the result, the consequence. For example, you can see, if it rains. If it rains, we will not go out. Now you can see the condition is of raining and the result is of not going out. Another sentence, if you don't have a computer, how can you finish the project? Condition is of not having the computer and the result is the problem of finishing the project. Now you can notice the use of the tenses here. In both of the sentences, notice the tense used here. In the first sentence, if clause has simple present tense, whereas the main clause has simple future tense. Whereas in the second sentence, if clause again has simple present tense and the second clause also have simple present tense. Okay. So we can invert the two parts of the conditional sentences. Like, if clause can come later at the second place, how can you finish the project if you don't have a computer? Both of the styles are correct. Okay, there is no problem in using the sentences this way. Now let us see how many types of the conditional sentences are there. There are 4 conditional sentences, starting from zero conditional, and then first, and then second, and then third. So let's understand what are they. Starting with zero conditional. Now zero conditional, that means basic conditional. We use this conditional to talk about permanent truths such as scientific facts or the general habits. And its structure is very simple. In both of the clauses, we will find only present tense. For example, See the sentence here. If you heat water to 100 degree, it boils. Now students, you can see here the first clause, that is if clause, it has simple present in the form of heat. Okay, and the main clause again has simple present tense in the word boils. Similarly, in the second sentence and the third sentence, you will notice if you eat a lot, you put on weight. Eat and put on. These both of the verbs are in their simple present forms. Okay. And third sentence, if it doesn't rain for a long time, the earth gets very dry. These are general truths, scientific facts, and you all the time in general truths you will use simple present tense in both the clauses. Okay. In all the sentences you can note. If we go out with friends, we normally go to a restaurant. This is general habit of the people who are talking about themselves. Next, if I am tired, I go to bed early. Again, habit. Okay, and see the use of the tense, only and only, simple present tense. Now, second type, that is the first conditional. Now, we usually use this first conditional to talk about the realistic situations in the present or future. And the structure of the first conditional is like this. If clause will have simple present tense and the main clause will have simple future tense. Okay, once you just remember this structure, you will never commit a mistake. Now see the example. If they are hungry, I'll make some sandwiches. Now you can see the highlighted words in yellow. If clause will have simple present tense and the main clause is having simple future. If he studies hard, studies simple present, he will do well in the exam, will do simple future. If we arrive late, simple present, we will get a taxi, simple future. Everywhere you will notice this form. Now third type, that is the second conditional. We use this conditional to talk about improbable or impossible situations in the present or future. Okay, and its structure is if clause will have simple past, main clause will have past form of future. For example, if I had more time, I would exercise more. Improbable, because I don't have time, so I won't do. Okay, I can't do. And see the structure. If I had simple past, would exercise, simple future in past form. Okay, past form of future. Okay, see the next. If I were rich, if I were rich, I would spend all my time traveling. Future in its past form. Okay, if she saw a snake, she would be terrified. Okay, because this is an action in passive, that is why be will be followed by would, and then the third form will always be there. Next, if he didn't, I put so many examples here, you can understand yourself. If he didn't have to work late, didn't have simple past and could go out. This I've inserted modal. I would have written here would also. Okay, both of these will have the same sense. Next, what would you do if you were offered a job? Again, simple future. If clause is put at the second place here, so were offered. Here again passive form, that is why were offered. And what would you do? Okay students, I hope you have understood when I said passive form. If you were means somebody else had offered you. Okay, next. These are just some situations given here. Suppose this is a situation, I have got a headache. B person is saying, if I were you, I would take an aspirin. That is the same form of the earlier one which I just explained. Okay. Another situation, I don't understand this, whatever was being explained. Person B is saying, if I were you, I would ask your teacher for help. Okay, these are just situational sentences being given here. Now the last one, and that is the third conditional. And dear students, we use this conditional to talk about impossible, that can never happen. Okay, like we did in the past, but there the situation is quite out of our hands. Okay, that's why we describe the regrets. And the structure is past perfect in the if clause, and the main clause will have future perfect. Now let's see the examples. If we had left earlier, we would have arrived on time. Now dear students, always notice this situation will be when the time has slipped out of our hands. Nothing can be done. Okay, so always remember this conditional will be used when the time has gone. Okay, and that is why past perfect and future perfect. Always remember. If you hadn't forgotten past perfect, she wouldn't have been upset. Future perfect. Okay. Similarly, in the next sentences, if they had booked earlier, if they would have booked earlier, they could have found better seats. Because they didn't book, that's why they could not find now. Okay. If I hadn't learned English, I wouldn't have got this job. Because I didn't learn English, that's why I can't get this job. So these are quite impossible, completely impossible. So dear students, this was all in today's video. Hope I was able to clarify what I was trying to do. Okay, and you have to watch this video 3 to 4 times at least in order to make the clarity in the in this topic. So we'll meet again. I'll bring some more ideas. By the time you keep watching and enjoying your life. Bye bye.